Hello, and welcome to Introduction to Critical Sports Studies. I'm the instructor, Professor Nick Villanueva. I am also the Director of Critical Sports Studies here at CU Boulder. A little bit about Critical Sports Studies. This is the examination of sport and society, various topics in society that I think are important for us to explore. And I really work at developing courses that challenge the way students think about sport and society. I'm just finishing up my first year here at CU Boulder. I was hired from the University of Wisconsin, so I am happy to be here and part of the Boulder community. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, so with sports, I am a Cubs fan, if that's your question, Cubs or Sox fan. Grew up in a family where my mother and father were both Sox fans, so White Sox. So it was a house divided, that's for sure. And that's a little bit about where I'm from. I completed my PhD at Vanderbilt University May 2014. Trying to think how long ago that was. So I recently finished my doctorate, and this was more in history and ethnic studies with regard to race and social justice in America, and race, ethnicity, and social justice. And my career and what I enjoy that I do is taking those topics and the academic study of those topics and really exploring them through the world of sport and recreation. So a little bit about the course. There is a course tour that I will have you'll see the desktop in front of you of D2L shortly, and you can follow through to determine where everything is in the course. But just to let you know a little bit about the course, there will be reading assignments. I'm looking at my list here so I don't miss anything. There will be reading assignments, PowerPoint presentations, that will have a voiceover from me. Most of them will. There are a couple that are real detailed and about 40 slides long, so I'll let you progress with those on your own rather than trying to keep up with my narrative. There will be quizzes, exams, a final paper due. That final paper will be where you are going to go out during this month period that you have taken this course on and go to some type of a sporting event or sporting recreation activity. It can be something from skateboarding at a local park, observing those young people that are using the facility, if there's actually a skate park, for example, and write a critical analysis about this. The paper will have a prompt on D2L for you, so that will let you know a little more about what I'm looking for. Or if you have the time and the opportunity to attend, say, a professional sporting event, you can do that as well. It's completely up to you. I do ask, though, that you plan for it now, because it never fails. I have a student at the end of a semester say, I didn't get a chance to do an event. What's the makeup opportunity? And there isn't one. So make sure that you look at that assignment today and plan out your schedule for hopefully what can be a fun event as well, and then a critical analysis of that event. So there will be the final paper. There are video clips and videos. The difference is the video clip, they're usually 2 minutes to 5 minutes at most segments about a topic that I think it's necessary for you to see after reading or watching my PowerPoint presentation. It's really just there to help reinforce some ideas, concepts, or give you just some visual aids. But there are also, in replacing 4 lectures during this semester course, there are 4 videos, feature-length or documentary videos, somewhere between 50 to 90-minute videos. So look at those and plan your schedule, because I don't want you to fall behind. Some of you might be working full-time and taking this class. That's risky because if you look at the daily schedule, about 1 to 3 hours might be put into certain days in this class, because this is a 1-month course, 5 weeks. We have to put everything in that you would have covered in a traditional 15-week semester course. So those are the two differences between the video clips and the videos. Video clips, they're for you to just view in addition to the lecture. Videos, there will be a video response. Those responses are found in the quiz section. Some will have questions that are like quizzes, so watch the movie and pay close attention. But rather than true, false, fill in the blank, or anything like that, multiple choice, there's going to be a response question that will largely have you think critically about the film that you watched for that day. There's something called Dropbox Dropbox activities. I wrote it down wrong here. So Dropbox activities, what they are, it's my way of recreating that moment in class when in a 50-minute class I'm lecturing, and I try to break those lectures up so that I can ask a question to the class so you're not just writing and taking notes the whole time. So it's one of those moments where I'd raise a question hoping people would raise their hand and ask or respond. Instead, we can't do that. But it actually works out much better because what you will be able to do is watch the video that corresponds with the Dropbox activity. The videos are much more brief than this introduction is right now. And then, for example, one on patriotism and nationalism. What's the difference? And then apply that to a sporting event that an image that I put on screen for you. What you'll have to do then is write that response on a Word document, upload it in the Dropbox, and that gives me the opportunity to look and see if everyone truly understood the concept. For example, if I asked what is a cultural characteristic, someone might say religion. Well, I'm actually looking for specific examples, so I would want you to say Christianity versus Islam. So while religion is a cultural characteristic, if I ask what is a cultural characteristic of U.S. society, you wouldn't just say religion. You might say predominantly Christian, or for example. This is the opportunity that I can make sure you fine-tune your answers, or at least I can give you some critiques about what I'm looking for, long before you have the same question on an exam, for example. So Dropbox activities are, I think, useful and very important. And then finally, you have, as most courses have, a discussion forum. So there'll be, I believe, 5 discussions and an introduction discussion where you'll respond to a prompt and then post your discussion response, and then a day later you'll have to then respond to 2 other students. I think a lot of you have had courses like this before, so that should be straightforward. But if you have any questions, please send me an email. I think that should cover this, so I look forward to reading your responses. I hope you enjoy the course, and a lot of time has gone into this. I tried to do my best to make sure it's well organized and also interesting, enriching your study and knowledge of not just sport, but society and culture. And again, don't hesitate to send an email if you have any questions. Thank you.